Now on 18 News.
New this morning, late breaking news on a fatal boating accident on Seneca Lake. 1 dead, 4 others injured. What we know right now. And new details in the crash involving an Elmira Police Department vehicle. The investigation into what happened now underway. Plus, after weeks of declining COVID-19 data in New York, the Empire State is seeing an uptick in its positivity rate. Where the numbers stand right now, this is 18 News Today.
Live from your local news leader, this is 18 News Today.
Good Sunday morning, everyone. I'm Sarah Wilson. Today is June 11th.
And I'm Nick Guzzo. Thanks for joining us for 18 News Today.
Those stories and more are coming up in just a few minutes. But first, Nick has a check at your weekend forecast that includes some rain.
Yeah, taking a look at the forecast, we stayed dry yesterday, but today we are seeing some dreary conditions, even looking at the Elmira cam right now. Seeing foggy conditions, this will linger throughout the morning, but it will start to lift as we start progressing throughout the morning hours into the late morning. And even looking at satellite and radar, we are starting to already see some showers moving into the region as we head into the morning hours. We're starting to see it across parts of the northern tier. These showers will continue to move from the southwest into the northeast. But as we start heading into the afternoon, that's when we're going to be talking about the chance for some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms, but some of those thunderstorms could be strong in intensity. So make sure you're aware of the chance for some showers and some thunderstorms this afternoon. So make sure you keep that umbrella handy if you're going out and about. Temperatures right now currently sitting into the upper 50s. Spencer staying into the upper 50s, and so is Hornell. But then other places like Towanda and Troy, Wellsboro, Tioga staying into the low 60s. These temperatures will be increasing as we head throughout the day. And just plan out your day for you. We'll see the clouds cover continue to build in and also see that chance for some showers as we are heading into the afternoon. And that's when we're starting to look for that chance for some scattered showers to isolated storms. Can allow some lingering showers in the morning as we've been seeing on the radar. Starting to see some of those showers move in. But the main showers that we'll be dealing with today will develop afternoon hours and into the evening and even linger into parts of the overnight. Temperatures stay rising into the upper to mid 70s, and then I'll have more details coming up in my full forecast.
We begin this morning with late breaking news out of Yates County. According to officials, Marine Patrol and the Himrod Fire Department, 1 person is dead and 4 others are injured after a boating accident on Seneca Lake. It happened around 5:30 yesterday. Yates County police say a high-performance 45-foot boat took an abrupt turn at a high speed, throwing all 6 people on board into the water. Multiple ambulances and 2 medevac helicopters rushed to the scene and later confirmed 1 person had died. That crash boat was confiscated for further investigation and accident reconstruction. Stick with 18 News on air and online as we'll provide more information on this story once it becomes available. More details are being released on the crash involving an Elmira Police Department vehicle. That crash happened just before 5:30 on Friday when the vehicle was headed eastbound on East Church Street with emergency lights and sirens on. It was on its way to assist another officer. That's when a 2012 Buick LaCrosse traveling northbound on Clemens Center Parkway collided with the officer. Both drivers reported minor injuries. The driver of the police vehicle did seek medical attention at Arnott Hospital for his injuries. The driver of the truck was treated on scene. Now, both the vehicles sustained major damage. Both were also towed. Anyone who saw the accident happen is asked to call Elmira Police to assist in the investigation. After weeks of declining COVID-19 data in New York, the Empire State is seeing an uptick in its positivity rate. The 7-day statewide positivity rate on Friday was 0.79%, up from 0.63% a week ago. On June 15th, when the state finally hit its 70% vaccination rate and dropped most of its remaining COVID-19 restrictions, the 7-day positivity rate was 0.40%. The slight uptick comes amid growing concerns over the more transmissible Delta variant among unvaccinated populations in the state and across the country. And the uptick comes amid new CDC COVID guidance for school children, but there's some confusion. Some states are sticking to their own rules while others are creating their own. Kathy Park reports.
How you doing?
It's clear the CDC wants kids back in the classroom this fall.
If a school or classroom is not able to maintain at least 3 feet distancing, that should not keep any kids out of the classroom.
The agency now saying fully vaccinated students and teachers can lose a mask when they return, despite kids under 12 still ineligible for the vaccine, creating confusion for some parents.
Logistics might be difficult, keeping track of who's vaccinated, who's not.
School districts and local jurisdictions now weighing in. California will continue to require masks. New York is still reviewing its policy. And officials in Clay County, Missouri lifted its mask requirement for all schools last month, despite an alarming rate of new infections.
Patients are much sicker than what we've been seeing in the past.
The highly transmissible Delta variant now makes up more than 50% of new cases nationwide. 67% of adults have received at least one dose of the vaccine, a number the Biden administration hopes to boost through door-to-door vaccinations. The strategy quickly called out by Republican lawmakers.
Think about what those mechanisms could be used for. They could then go door to door, take your guns. They again go door to door, take your Bibles. Yeah.
South Carolina's governor tweeting, enticing, coercing, intimidating, mandating, or pressuring anyone to take the vaccine is a bad policy. The White House pushing back.
The failure to provide accurate public health information, including the efficacy of vaccines and the accessibility of them to people across the country, including South Carolina, is literally killing people. So maybe they should consider that.
An ongoing tug of war as the nation tries to move past the pandemic.
The time is now 7:06. Still to come on 18 News Today. After standing for 100 years in Charlottesville, Virginia, statues of 2 Confederate generals are no more. We have the details.
And today is not the best day to walk your dog as scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms develop and move into the Twin Tiers. If you want to get a walk in, the earlier the better, because the chance for showers and thunderstorms moves in late morning to early afternoon. I'll have more details coming up in my full forecast.
You're watching 18 News Today.
Welcome back. One of the international search and rescue teams helping in Surfside, Florida is leaving. An emotional ceremony was held by the mayors of Miami-Dade and Surfside late yesterday to say thank you and goodbye to the Israeli Defense Forces. The group has been in Surfside working alongside other crews shoulder to shoulder around the clock with the Miami search and rescue teams at the site of the collapsed Champlain Towers. They were given medals, plaques, and a hero's farewell by members of the community and victims' families. Authorities arrested a man who allegedly made a bomb threat at a Florida airport yesterday. This happened at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. The sheriff's office says a 74-year-old Rosen Weigel of Deerfield Beach got into a heated argument at a ticket counter with an employee. That's when he said he had a bomb in his carry-on luggage. He was then taken into custody. Airport authorities found no evidence of a bomb, but 3 terminals were temporarily evacuated and entry to the airport was shut down as a precaution. Weigel faces 1 count of false reporting concerning planting a bomb, explosion, or weapon of mass destruction. The governor of Texas is pledging to arrest more people crossing into the state illegally. Governor Greg Abbott held a border security briefing yesterday at the state capitol, where he was joined by 11 sheriffs from border communities. Abbott says he wants to stop cartels, smugglers, and gangs involving in human trafficking and transporting illegal drugs across the Texas border. U.S. Customs and Border Protection recorded more than 180,000 encounters on the Mexican border in May. That is the most since 2000. After standing for 100 years in Charlottesville, Virginia, statues of 2 Confederate generals are no more. The city removed the statues yesterday, plus another depicting explorers Lewis and Clark after recently getting the green light to do so in court. It was a 5-year battle which saw white supremacists and neo-Nazis march on the city and led to the 2017 death of Heather Heyer, who was run down as she protested against the white supremacists. NBC's Chris Pallone reports.
In Charlottesville, Virginia, cheers as crews hoisted a statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee off the pedestal which held it for nearly 100 years. A short time later, workers removed the city's Stonewall Jackson statue as well. It was the conclusion to a battle which took place in the courts and in the city's streets over who we honor and why.
And we're one small step closer to a more perfect union.
5 years ago, when she was still a high school student, Ziona Bryant started a petition to have the Lee statue removed. Now that her effort has succeeded, she says her work continues.
I mean, that statue stood for over 100 years. And so the university played a role in putting it up. The city played a role in putting it up. And so now it's important for us to hold them accountable and to make sure that they actually follow through on the change that they've promised.
Councilors, could we need a motion to consent to have this meeting upon less than 5-hour notice?
So moved.
Second.
Moments after the Confederate statues came down, the Charlottesville City Council voted to remove a statue of explorers Lewis and Clark depicted with Shoshone translator Sacagawea, which indigenous groups found offensive.
Mayor, councilors, city, I'd like to say that we have come a long ways. We have come a long ways to become the human tribe that we should be.
All of the removed statues are being stored on city property until city leaders can decide what to do with them. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
The time now, 7:13. Still coming up on 18 News today, the Elmira Blooms Garden Tour is back. We have a sneak peek at what this year's event features and how you can check it out. Stay tuned.
Happy Sunday morning. I started off my morning with an iced coffee and I got a large today. Well, I get a large every day, but with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms developing this afternoon, it may have you grabbing a large iced coffee as well. More details coming up in my full forecast. Good morning and happy Sunday. I hope you're having a good morning so far. Taking a live look at Elmira, you can still see that fog lingering this morning. That will continue to lift as we head throughout the morning hours, and we will still be dealing with some cloud cover as we head throughout the day, and we will even start to see some scattered showers develop as we head throughout the afternoon. Even seeing some showers this morning moving across parts of the northern tier. All the weather we will be seeing today and the next couple of days will be from a slow-moving warm front that will be moving into the region. And even all of this precipitation that we were seeing this morning is associated with just some lingering showers that are across parts of the northern tier, but they'll continue to move from the southwest as we head throughout the afternoon, and we even start to see those scattered showers develop as we head into the afternoon, into the evening hours. And even looking at some of these colors, those yellows, oranges, that's indicating some heavier rain, even some reds popping up, that's indicating some downpours associated with these showers, and can't rule out some isolated thunderstorms developing as we head throughout the afternoon as well. And even this will be lingering into the overnight hours. We'll still be dealing with the chance for some lingering showers and potentially a spotty thunderstorm as well. But then we start off Monday still dealing with the chance for some of the cloud cover lingering. But we should start off a bit dry though, but that'll be short-lived as we see our next chance for some showers moving in. And also as we head into the afternoon, we are still tracking that chance for some isolated thunderstorms on Monday afternoon and into the evening as well. Tuesday, we start to see some of the cloud cover break up in the morning hours, but then that'll be short-lived as we start to see it build back in with the next chance for some showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Now today, the Storm Prediction Center has us just under the chance for some thunderstorms. Can't rule out some of them being strong in intensity, but tomorrow we're under a marginal risk, which is a 1 out of 5 for the chance for strong to severe thunderstorms, isolated in nature, but nonetheless strong to severe thunderstorms. So make sure you're weather aware tomorrow and today, just in case we get some strong thunderstorms in the area. Now temperatures right now currently sitting into the upper 50s to low 60s, with Towanda, Troy, Wellsboro staying into the low 60s, and then places like Spencer and Hornell staying into the upper 50s. These temperatures will be rising into the upper 60s to low 70s for our highs today. And then looking at dew points, currently sitting into the upper 50s to low 60s, but those will be on the rise as well, and we'll start to feel a bit muggy out there and humid as we head throughout the day and even throughout the week. Looking at the muggy meter, seeing a pretty humid week, especially as we start heading into Monday and Tuesday, looking at very humid conditions, and then we start to see a little bit of relief, but it's still going to feel a bit humid out there as we head throughout the rest of the week. Now looking at today, temperatures getting into the upper 60s to low 70s, dealing with those scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms as we head throughout the morning hours and even into the afternoon and evening. So it is going to be a bit of a dreary day, so make sure you have that umbrella handy. And then overnight, as we are still dealing with that chance for some lingering showers and isolated thunderstorms, temperatures dropping into the upper 60s. Now, why such a low temperature drop with such a little temperature drop? It's due to that warm front advancing, and we have a southerly flow allowing for us to deal with that warm, moist air still lingering in the area. Looking at your 7-day forecast, seeing many opportunities for rain this week, looking at scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Wednesday still dealing with the chance for showers and thunderstorms. Thursday looks to be our next dry day, but then Friday and Saturday, talking about the chance for showers and storms once again. And look at temperatures. Today staying below average, almost 10 degrees below average today, but then as we start heading into the rest of the week, we start to see temperatures rebounding into the mid to upper 80s, and even by next weekend, starting to get close to 90. So a warm-up is in store as we head throughout the next couple days, and also the humidity will be on the increase as well.
The Near West Side Neighborhood Association is holding its annual Elmira Blooms Garden Tour today. It's happening from noon to 4 this year. The event includes 6 showcase gardens in and around Elmira. One is in Horseheads. Light refreshments will be available at Victorian Row Park and Community Garden, as well as some of the showcase gardens. General admission is $12 and is available at the West Side's office. There's another COVID-19 vaccine clinic tomorrow. It's being held at the Monterey Volunteer Fire Department. The single-dose J&J vaccine will be distributed there. The vaccine is free, and you must be 18 or older to get it. The Chemung County DMV will reopen its doors tomorrow at 8:30. That's according to County Executive Chris Moss. DMV offices around New York have been closed since last March because of the pandemic. The office's normal working hours are from 8:30 to 4:15 p.m. Monday through Friday. The time now 7:20, still ahead on 18 News Today. Recall alert for over 40,000 General Motor vehicles and what to do if you're one of them. Welcome back. Randomly exploding side airbags is prompting General Motors to recall over 40,000 pickup trucks. The recalls cover certain models from 2015 and 2016, the Chevy and GMC Sierra trucks. The automaker blames a manufacturing defect for the problem and says there's only a limited number of replacement parts currently available. It reports 3 random explosions last month. GM will notify affected owners by mail next month. The company also has a website where owners can check for recalls, mygm.com/recalls. Americans are gearing up for summer travel, but this year's rebound from COVID-19 may be limited. According to a new study from Bankrate.com, 2/3 of U.S. adults will travel this year, but only 24% are preparing to take more trips than they normally would. The study also finds that Gen Zers and millennials are the most likely to travel. Vaccinated Americans are also more likely to travel this year, according to that study. As we head into Monday, CNBC's Frank Holland gives us a preview of what's ahead this week in the world of business.
Earnings season kicks off, inflation in focus, and the top state for business revealed, all in the week ahead. Here comes earnings season. Big banks are on deck with JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, and Bank of America all reporting results. Also on tap, earnings from PepsiCo, food maker Conagra, Delta Airlines, and Dow Component United Health. One big theme this earnings season, how cost inflation is impacting corporate profits. We'll get the latest inflation readings during the week. The June Consumer Price Index report comes out on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, we'll get Producer Price Index data. Inflation will be a hot topic, too, when Fed Chairman Jay Powell makes a semi-annual testimony in front of Congress. He'll address the House Financial Services Committee on Wednesday and the Senate Banking Committee on Thursday. Lawmakers will seek insights on whether the economy can strengthen in the second half of the year, or if inflation and the Delta variant could pose significant hurdles in coming months. Also on Tuesday, CNBC reveals the top state for business in our annual ranking. The country's 50 states are measured on how they compete in categories like the cost of doing business, infrastructure, and health care. 49 states will seek to dethrone the current king of Virginia. I'm Frank Holland. Get all your business news here on CNBC.
It's now 7:25, still coming up on 18 News Today. Evacuations underway. The largest fire in California now jumping the state border and burning tens of thousands of acres.
And with the dreary weather we are seeing today, is a good day to stay inside. The day started comfortable, but I will be turning up my AC just a little bit as we head into the afternoon as temperatures rise into the 70s and the humidity increases. I'll have another look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
You're watching 18 News Today.
Welcome back. Well, Nick, we were just talking before about the Garden Fest that's happening in Elmira and Horseheads today. Is the weather going to hold out for them at all?
Yeah, it's looking to be more of a dreary day, seeing the chance for scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon. And they'll be sticking around into the evening as well. And the unsettled weather trend continues through Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday looks to be our next dry day, but then unsettled weather returns for Friday and Saturday. And look at temperatures today, staying 10 degrees below average, but then we rebound as we head into next week with temperatures rising into the mid to upper 80s. And the humidity will be increasing as well. So we have a wet, humid, and warm week in store, Sarah.
While on the other side of the country, evacuations are underway in parts of California as the Beckworth complex fire grows in size. The fire is burning about 45 miles north of Lake Tahoe and is currently listed as the state's largest fire. Between Friday and Saturday, the flames doubled in size and jumped the state's border into Nevada. So far, the fire is estimated to be more than 60,000 acres. Right now, it's about 8% contained, and 1,800 fire personnel are working to put it out. It's believed that fire was sparked by lightning back in June. The time now 7:29, still ahead on 18 News Today. A new report naming Elmira Police among the top 10 law enforcement agencies with the most use of force incidents in the state. What exactly that report says. Plus, blaming bail reform, some in law enforcement are attributing increased violence to New York's bail reform laws, but one public defender says that's not the case. Details next.
now on 18 News.
New this morning, a new report naming Elmira Police among the top 10 law enforcement agencies with the most use of force incidents in the state. What exactly that report says. And blaming bail reform, some in law enforcement are attributing increased violence to New York's bail reform laws, but one public defender says that's not exactly the case. Plus, we're headed into Watkins Glen, where for the first time since 2019, the Farm Sanctuary has opened their doors to the public. This is 18 News Today.
Live from your local news leader, this is 18 News Today.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm Sarah Wilson. Today's July 11th.
And I'm Nick Guzzo. Thanks for joining us for 18 News Today.
Those stories and more are coming up in just a few minutes, but first, Nick has your forecast.
Yeah, today we're dealing with some dreary conditions, still dealing with some fog this morning. That will continue to lift as we head into the later morning hours. But we're still dealing with cloud cover as well, and we're even starting to see some lingering showers move into parts of the northern tier and southern tier here in the Twin Tiers. And this is just the leftover lingering showers from last night, and that will continue to move into the northeast. But as we start heading into the afternoon, that's when we're talking about that chance for some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. So make sure you have the umbrella handy as we head throughout the afternoon and into the evening, because they will be sticking around into the evening hours as well. Temperatures right now currently sitting into the 60s across the Twin Tiers. Spencer still sitting into the upper 50s. Watkins Glen and Bath staying into the low 60s. Temperatures will be increasing as we head throughout the day, eventually getting into the mid to upper 60s to low 70s as we head throughout the day. Now, just planning out your day for you, seeing those temperatures increasing as we head throughout the afternoon, but also we'll see the chance for scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms develop as we head into the afternoon hours and sticking around into this evening. So a good opportunity to make sure you have the umbrella handy as we head throughout the day. I'll have more details coming up in my full forecast, but right now I'm going to send it back to Sarah.
Thanks, Nick. Some in law enforcement are attributing increased violence to New York's bail reform laws. Those reform laws went into effect early last year and focus on limiting the use of bail against those accused of misdemeanors or nonviolent offenses. One public defender in upstate New York argues there is no clear evidence that the reform laws are connected to the violence.
The public is scared and they're concerned, and I can understand that, but they're being misled. The evidence does show that when people are jobless and they're hopeless and they have too much time on their hands and they're desperate and they can't succeed using lawful means and an unlawful means presents itself, they might take that option.
According to a report from the Major Cities Chiefs Association, crime has increased in 63 of the 66 largest police jurisdictions in the country. A new report out has Elmira Police among the top 10 law enforcement agencies with the most use of force incidents in the state of New York. The report by the New York State Division of Criminal Justice says the EPD had 101 total use of force incidents, ranking them number 7. State law requires each agency to report incidents in which a police officer used a force against an individual while on duty to the State Division of Criminal Justice Services. According to Elmira Police Chief Anthony Alvarez, the report doesn't match the department's records, and he says that data is misrepresented. EPD is currently looking into the matter. A Schuyler County man was arrested Thursday night for allegedly forcibly touching a female under the age of 18. According to the Schuyler County Sheriff's Office, the alleged incident took place at Paradise Park Campground located on Crossroads in the town of Reading. The man, Robert Teed, was issued an appearance ticket and will be answering those charges in the town of Reading at a later date. This morning, we are heading to Watkins Glen, where for the first time since 2019, the Farm Sanctuary has opened its doors to the public. Our 18 News reporter Sharif D. King was there for the reopening and learned just how special the day was.
If you care about the animals, you're in good company. That's a mantra that the staff of the Farm Sanctuary hold dear to their heart. Meet one of the newest calves to the herd.
So this is little Pietro. He's a calf we have right now. He's only about 5 months old. We got him back in March is when we took him in.
Life would be different for the farm animal if the Farm Sanctuary hadn't stepped in.
So he would have been just kept in a very small confined area for just a few months of his life, not really able to do any of the normal activities that a calf would love to do, playing with other calves, being with his mother. He would have been ripped away from his mother within hours or days of life, just so that the milk that was going to him could go to humans. One of the things that happened to him, which is why we got him, was he was stepped on.
The farm sanctuary got the calf just in time to save his life.
Very relaxed, but yeah, very, very at home, very at peace here. You know, he won't have a life with his mother, which is I think the saddest part of the story. But you know, the fracture that happened to him saved his life.
Animal safety and rescue goes a long way, and as they recover, you can learn and visit the animals in their new habitat.
So on the tours, we want to help educate people who come to visit and about our animals and the struggles that they've gone through, you know, facing the realities of our food system.
The farm sanctuary is not just an animal rescuer. They serve as educators and advocates to the farm animal community.
Well, typically tours begin in May and they're through October, but because we opened late, so our tours are Wednesday through Sunday during the summer months right now in July and August, and then on the weekends, September and October.
Reporting in Watkins Glen, Sharif D. King, 18 News.
Another new business addition has been added to the southern tier. A drive-up 5-Star Bank ATM has been installed on Carl Proper Drive. The plans for this project were approved back in February, but caused some controversy. Some residents and officials expressed concerns about the ATM changing traffic patterns on the small street and displacing the dumpster used for the apartment complexes on that same road. The time now 7:40, still coming up on 18 News Today. Advocates and lawmakers gathering outside the Capitol yesterday demanding action to prevent overdose deaths, what they say they're hoping to see done.
And the heat and humidity will be on the rise this week as temperatures climb into the mid to upper 80s and the humidity reaches humid to very humid levels. More details coming up in my full forecast.
You're watching 18 News Today.
A temporary pandemic order allowing expanded outdoor dining is becoming permanent. Governor Cuomo signing a bill into law on Thursday allowing restaurants to use municipal spaces like sidewalks and streets for outdoor dining. Since the pandemic disaster emergency declaration ended last month, many of the executive orders also came to an end, including outdoor dining. With the signing of this bill, restaurants can continue to offer the outdoor seating, which was crucial in helping many of them stay afloat during the pandemic. The New York State Thruway is adding some popular fast food places. The Thruway Authority says Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, and Shake Shack are just a few of them. Apple Green, the Irish convenience store chain, is taking over the lease on the Thruway's 27 rest stops. They'll begin their first phase of the $300 million renovation project later this month. Eventually, 23 of the travel plazas will be rebuilt, and the remaining 4 extensively renovated. It's not yet known which restaurants will be coming to which specific travel plazas. The emergency room at Albany Med has social workers who help gun violence victims. In about 2 years, nearly 170 gunshot patients have gone through the doors of the hospital's ER. It's the social workers' job to try to calm tensions so families of victims or the victims don't retaliate.
Without Letitia or any other of the social workers that work countless hours working through this, we wouldn't be able to try to get ahead of not only supporting the families here, but also trying to stop the cycle of violence.
The director of case management at Albany Med says the biggest challenge has been the case volume and getting adequate resources. Advocates and lawmakers gathered outside the Capitol yesterday demanding action to prevent overdose death amidst another year in the opioid epidemic. Harris Grubb from our sister station in Albany has more on what people are hoping to see done.
Not one more! Not one more!
Advocates gathering to push for a different approach in combating overdoses, some walking all the way from Brooklyn to raise awareness.
Along the entire way, we've just been talking to people about their experiences with the overdose epidemic and, who they've lost, what they think could be a solution to this problem.
Ryan Thorson Carson is the executive director of No OD New York, an organization walking statewide through to Buffalo. It's a cause that's personal for him.
In 2016, my best friend Eli Todd died of an overdose, and it was really the most crushing thing that's ever happened to me in my life.
No OD New York joining other advocacy groups this morning, speaking about the issue in front of tombstones of those who lost their lives from overdoses.
I think what's really heartbreaking to me is just knowing that there's a family and a group of friends that are attached to each of these.
One of the key things they're pushing for is the establishment of overdose prevention centers, places where addicts can use under supervision.
People can talk about the morals of drug use all they want, but at the end of the day, what we want is we want people to live. And so these are facilities where people are going to be able to continue to live.
They say these centers can help save lives, as 2020 was yet another deadly year in the ongoing opioid epidemic.
I had a friend who was very, very vocal about creating these facilities, and he died in 2019. And I really deeply believe in my heart that if one of these facilities existed, he'd still be with us today.
Some local lawmakers also joining outside the Capitol, saying the state needs to do more to prevent ODs.
We need to get this problem out of the shadows and get it in areas where it can be controlled safely, and then hopefully move people into treatment, which is what our committee's goal is, obviously.
Reporting in Albany, Harrison Grubb, News 10, ABC.
The time now 7:46. Still to come on 18 News Today, a miraculous survival. A cat in the Florida condos that collapsed reunited with his family after weeks apart. We have that story next.
And taking a live look at Elmira, seeing those foggy conditions still, the fog will continue to lift as we head throughout the morning. Temperatures are currently sitting in the low 60s. All more details coming up in my full forecast.
Coming up on 18 Sports, the Dodgers and the Destroyers both go after a couple of wins at the NYCBL Jamboree in Cortland, plus the Yankees and the Mets in action. Plenty of baseball next on 18 Sports.
Good morning and happy Sunday. I hope you're having a great morning so far. Taking a live look at Elmira. Still dealing with some foggy conditions this morning. That will linger as we head throughout the morning hours, but it will start to lift as well. And temperatures are currently sitting into the low 60s, but they will be increasing as we head throughout the day. And we're also dealing with cloudy skies, and that's ahead of the scattered showers and thunderstorms that we could see this afternoon. And all of this will be associated with a warm front that continues to move to the north. And right now we're still dealing with some lingering showers from last night, even seeing them right here across parts of the northern tier, and they'll eventually start to work their way into the southern tier as we head throughout the morning. But this is just really a first round. As we start heading into the afternoon hours, that's when we're going to see scattered showers develop and also the potential for some isolated thunderstorms that could be strong in intensity. So make sure you're just aware of that as we progress throughout the afternoon, because they will also be sticking around into the evening as well. Timing things out for you, seeing that cloud cover continuing to build in as we head into the afternoon. Here comes some of those scattered showers starting to develop, and then they really start to develop as we head into the later afternoon hours, into the evening, and then as we start heading into parts of the late evening hours, into the overnight, even looking at some of these brighter colors, those yellow, oranges, and reds, that's indicating some heavy rain that will be moving through with some of these showers and isolated thunderstorms. So make sure if you're out and about, make sure you have that umbrella handy. And then as we head into the overnight hours, we're still dealing with that chance for some of these scattered showers and a lingering thunderstorm, but we do start to slowly dry out as we head into the early hours of Monday. So for your morning commute, we start off a little dry, but we're still holding on to that cloud cover. And then as we start heading throughout the day, we start to see scattered showers develop once again, and also the chance for some isolated thunderstorms as we head into parts of the afternoon, the late afternoon hours, and into the evening. We're still holding on to those showers and thunderstorms. And then as we start heading into Tuesday, we start to see some of that cloud cover break up a bit, and we start to stay dry as we start into the beginning of Tuesday, but the chance for showers and storms returns for Tuesday afternoon. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has us under just the chance for some thunderstorms today, but some of them could be strong in intensity, so make sure you're just aware of that. Tomorrow, we're under a marginal risk, this dark green color, a 1 out of 5, indicating the chance for some isolated strong to severe storms. So make sure you're weather aware tomorrow for the chance for any severe thunderstorms that move through the Twin Tiers. Now, temperatures currently sitting into the upper 50s. Spencer sitting in the upper 50s. Hornell just getting into the 60s. Bath, Watkins Glen, Towanda, Troy sitting into the low 60s. We'll see these temperatures increase as we head throughout the day. And what will also be increasing is dew points as we start heading into the afternoon. It'll start to feel a bit more muggy out there. And even as we start heading into the rest of the week, we'll start to see some very humid conditions for the beginning of it, and then still dealing with the humidity and muggy conditions as we head into the end of the week. Now for today, though, we're seeing temperatures getting into the low 70s and dealing with that chance for scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. And they'll be lingering into this evening as well. And temperatures aren't going to be really dropping that much for our lows, staying into the upper 60s. And this is due to that southerly flow that we'll be dealing with. And that's just due to bringing with it some warm, moist air into the region. That's why we're still dealing with some of those showers and storms into the evening hours. And even looking at your 7-day forecast, we're dealing with that warm front as we head into the beginning of the week. And then we're still dealing with that chance for some scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Thursday looks to be our next dry day. Just can't rule out that slight chance for a spy shower. But then Friday and Saturday dealing with the chance for showers and storms. And then temperatures staying below average today. But then as we start heading into next week, getting into the mid to upper 80s. So we're starting to see a bit of a warm up the next couple of days, and also see the humidity increasing as well.
The Hornell Dodgers won it all in 2017 by capturing an NYCBL championship. The Dodgers are having another strong season this season as they go after a couple of wins at the NYCBL Jamboree. The Dodgers going up against the Syracuse Spartans in their first game of the day in Cortland. Hornell's Richard Albrecht keeping the Spartans' bats silent. The Dodgers pitcher gave up just 1 run in 5 innings. That 1 run would come in the second. Syracuse's Kyle Platt singles sharply to right to tie the game at 1. Hornell answers back with one swing of the bat in the top of the third. Mateo Avalone jacks a 2-run homer. He homered twice in the game. Hornell picks up the win 4-1. In their second game, the Dodgers lose a close one to the Syracuse Saltcats 3-2. The Mansfield Destroyers take on the Cortland Crush. In their first game of the day in Cortland, lefty Dominic Parachi was dealing for the Crush. Dominic tossing a complete game 4-hitter. He struck out 6, giving up just 1 run. Cortland held to just 1 run through the first 6 innings. Colt Harris starts the 7th with a single to center. A few batters later, Colt jets in on the wild pitch to score the game-winning run. Cortland edges Mansfield 2-1. The Destroyers would bounce back with an 8-6 win over the Saltcats. In the PGCBL, the Elmira Pioneers get shut out on the road by Batavia 2-0. The Pioneers are back at it on the road today against the Geneva Red Wings. In Little League Baseball, it will be Corning Painted Post versus Big Flats in the District 6 championship game today. Corning Painted Post advanced with a win in the semifinals against Waverly, and Big Flats moves on with a win over Horseheads. To the big leagues, the Yankees on the road against the Astros. No score in the third. Not anymore. Aaron Judge blasts his 21st home run of the season to left. The Bronx Bombers take a 1-0 lead, and that's all Garrett Cole would need because he was dealing. Cole went the distance and threw a 3-hitter as he gets one of his 12 Ks to end it. The Yankees win it by a score of 1-0. The first place Mets trying to split a doubleheader at home against the Pirates after losing game 1 6-2. And they get off to a good start. First inning, Jeff McNeil sends a 2-run double to right center. The Amazons take a 2-0 lead. To the third, it's 2-1 New York. Pete Alonso at the dish. Goodbye baseball. Alonso crushes his 17th homer of the season down the left field line. The Mets get the split 4-2. The basketball tournament is right around the corner, and Boeheim's Army has been seeded 3rd in the TBT in the Peoria, Illinois region. The Syracuse alumni team features 3 former NBA first-round picks in Malachi Richardson, Tyler Lydon, and Chris McCullough. Boeheim's Army will face 14th seeded Forces of Seoul on July 24th in the $1 million winner take all tournament. To golf, where Horseheads native Joey Sindelar is competing in the U.S. Senior Open. Sindelar is tied for 36 at +5 after 3 rounds in Omaha, Nebraska. Sindelar shot 1 over par in his 3rd round. Jim Furyk enters today's final round as the leader at 8 under par. And that'll do it for a look at sports this morning. For 18 Sports, I'm Chuck Brain.
You're watching 18 News Today.
Welcome back. A cat that survived the Surfside, Florida condo collapse has been reunited with his family. This is Binks the cat. He was living on the 9th floor of Champlain Towers South when the building came down on June 24th. He miraculously survived and was found near the site of the collapse. According to Miami-Dade County Mayor, a volunteer had been feeding the cat when someone finally recognized and identified him. That cat, Binks, has since been reunited with his family. I'm so glad that happened.
That's so adorable.
That he was reunited. Before we head out, what's the final check of the weather?
Yeah, dealing with unsettled weather this week all through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Getting dry on Thursday with just a slight chance for some spy showers. Unsettled weather returns for Friday and Saturday. Temperatures also in the increase as we head into next week, getting into the mid to upper 80s. And the humidity will be increasing as well, Sarah.
Good to know. Thank you so much for joining us for 18 News Today.
The Today Show is next. Have a lovely day.